Okay, thank you all for coming, and I'm Nadine, and I'm really happy to be actually here in this location today because it really relates to what our business is about or what we are doing. So I'm the co-founder of Setting, as Jürgen already said, and I'd like to share with you today what Setting is and also our learnings, what we've had over the last months. Actually, we've been at CreativeMornings a couple of months ago. My colleague Jonathan was pitching a 30-second pitch very quickly, and a lot has happened, and I want to share what we've done and what we're doing. And sorry? Ah, right, I can use it remotely, right. So, within the topic of collaboration, I'd really like to focus on one important part, which is the physical space, and that's what's about. So why did we actually started to work on workspaces in the first place? Our generation today, we are all here, we are the generation of independence. Freelancers, independent professionals, solopreneurs are becoming the mainstream of today's economy. Independent professionals and startups are the fastest growing segment in the EU and American labor market. By 2020, 40 million people in the US will be independent professionals, making up of 40% of the US workforce. So it's a huge change of how we work. And I forget the clicker always. It's a huge change how we work, and it's happening really quickly. And collaboration is center of it. Today, collaboration happens offline. It happens also online, and this changes the way we work together and also where we work together. So. We've been working with a lot of teams and a lot of companies over the last months, and seeing them grow and seeing them shrink as well. And what we saw is that really the workspace is really closely correlated with their stage of their business. So where are they in the business life cycle? And it's not about that office is anything static anymore. We can make it more flexible. And I would like to share those phases that we categorized. For simplicity, we categorized 3 stages, starting from the initial phase. So that's really when a few people come together to realize an idea. Today it really happens that it's mostly small teams instead of individuals. Our generation is very collaborative, so people want to work together to make something happen and not just try it by themselves. And one important factor in this scenario is what we've seen is that those teams are very cost conscious, yeah, in every aspect. So it's not only the workspace, it's across their business functions. And usually what happens is they tend to work from their living room, coffee shops, sometimes also co-working spaces. And that's great, and it gives them the flexibility to figure out what their business is. In terms of collaboration, it's very externally focused. So you research your market, you research your customers, you speak to potential customers, you go to events like this one to figure out what's happening. So collaboration is a very external environment. Then, okay, business is kicking off, and you start seeing some successes. You hire a few people, you're in the growth phase. You're feeling great. And in terms of, but however, it's still very in flux, yeah? In the startup world, you say you either fly or you die, yeah? So it could work within a few months, or it also could not work. And your workspace, what people see, they're really in transit, yeah? So it's not, workspace has to be flexible. In today's real estate market, when you want to have an office, you usually have to sign up a long-term lease. You have to put, you have to have good financial credibility, and this is not working for those teams. Yeah, they need more flexibility to say, okay, we can either grow more, or maybe we have to move out. In terms of collaboration, it's internal, but it's also quite external, because you're working with different partners to grow your business. You're trying to reach more audience through partnerships, and yeah, this is what we see. That we see a lot of our teams that we work together is happening. Okay. Then, I'm sure some of you are in this audience, are in this stage as well. You come to stabilization, yeah, somewhat stabilized, yeah. It's not only your core team now working on your business, you have quite a few employees who are supporting you. You also have somewhat stability in your workspace, but however, what we've seen, yesterday I was speaking to a customer, they run quite a successful startup, and he was saying there's no right size for startup offices. Yeah, it's you either it grows really quickly and you grow your office out within a year or maybe less a year, or sometimes it doesn't work out so well, and you maybe have to leave the office, or you have to do something with your excess space. In terms of collaboration, this is really what we saw. It changes. Yeah, people become more internally driven. It's about process optimization. It's about, for example, I think here this is a great space. You see, spaces in the office are made so people can collaborate better internally. Office design has a lot changed in the last years, becoming more of a collaborative approach in between the company. So why is this happening, and what's also up with the the office market is the speed of change is really driven by technology. Yeah, today we can grow. Has never been easier before to set up a business than today. Yeah, technology gives us this tool. Communication has been changing, and it enables us to work on a global level from here and to grow much quicker. And this affects the way we work, but it also really affects our workspace environment. Let me just, go to this slide. I read, when I was preparing for the speech, I read this quote from Peter Lenneman, who is quite a renowned real estate economist, and he's quite famous in his field. And he said that commercial real estate exists to serve the economy and society. So if you think back, actually how business was conducted not too long ago, yeah? Mainly in shops, in markets, on farms and stuff like this. So today we are in a different situation, and it's very interesting to see how workspaces will further develop, yeah? From a world that is mainly offline driven to now something more online. Okay. With setting, what do we do actually? So we provide workspace to the current generation of workers. Yeah, we noticed that coming from ourselves, being a self-starter, we didn't really have a good solution for our workspace environment. So that's why we started to do something about it. What we offer is businesses to find the right office that is what they need in their situation. If it's just a shared space with another company, if they need a private space, if they need their own office, we try to cater to that. And how do we do that? Is we actually work together. So flexibility is on top of mind. We work together with offices, with companies, with agencies that have excess space in their offices, and also on a broader level. So we just work with the office that has the entire space free and nothing is happening with them. In Berlin, there's a lot of those spaces actually, so it's a very interesting market for us. And we try to find the right people for those spaces. And then if they grow bigger, they can go on to the next space to create a flexible flow of where you're working. Yeah, this is our mission, and I think I'm already coming to an end. Our mission is really to help businesses with their real estate problem. As I mentioned, it's not so easy these days to get an office just like that, and to focus back on the work. And we've been doing this for the last months now, and we've been talking to our teams, we're talking to our customers, we're learning from each other, we've been also changing a lot, and we're sharing this together as a community. And this is it, and I'd love to hear also your thoughts, if you agree with me, if you don't agree with me. How's your experience has been with finding Workspace? And yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much.